Ladies and gentlemen, back with another very interesting video. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to live with purpose. And it is time to take the first step. Firstly, the first step for you to take right now is to subscribe. Click subscribe, click the notification bell. We are on a 365 days YouTube challenge. That I was inspired by Smooth, DJ Smooth, to start. And basically, I am just going to be speaking into the camera, speaking life, speaking wisdom unto you, unto future generations. And I hope you're subscribed. So let's get right into it. So we're going to be talking about purpose, guys. And so many people shift their purpose to the back burner because of fear and not knowing where to start. And most people are just going through the motions, waking up every day, dressing up, eating, just working day by day and, coming back home. And that's, just a pattern that just goes on every day. And you want things to change. You know that if you change things, you'll be happier in the long run. But because you don't have to, or you don't want to risk failing, or being seen as someone that is going against the grain, you don't want that. So purpose can be defined as the master plan of our lives. So I'm going to be discussing a couple of steps that might be helpful to you. Hopefully it is helpful to you, as to living with purpose. It's time to live with purpose. It's 2023, guys. Like, now more than ever, it's time to live with purpose. So I would like for you to subscribe, listen up, and we're gonna go through a couple of steps, just 5 of them, as to how you can start living with purpose. So numero uno, guys, prioritize things you enjoy. When you're not living with purpose, you start to feel unmotivated, you start to feel unfulfilled. And I want to encourage you to start prioritizing things that you enjoy. And there are things that that you love to do. I love to podcast. I love to engage in personal development. There are a couple of things that I really love to do, and what you love to do. And guys, these things that you love to do, you should start seeing them as essential sources of health and well-being, and not things that you just do when you have time. Prioritize the things that you love to do. Prioritize your passions, whether it is music, whether it is writing, whether it is photography. Don't just do these things when you have spare time. So making that shift from living with purpose, or making that shift from not living with purpose to living with purpose, means that you need to prioritize the things that you enjoy, things that fill your heart, things that fulfill you. And that's where you need to start. Number 2, let go of what others think. And this, for me, should have been number 1, because we're such community driven species, because we are people that like to be loved. We want to be accepted, we want to be liked, and that's how we are naturally engineered. And I want to encourage you that there's a way that you can start to take that step, to stop thinking what people to stop caring what people think. Because family and friends and the society at large can have opinions on the choices that you want to make, the steps that you want to make. Family will tell you this, your friends will tell you this, your partner will tell you this. And at the end of the day, they don't have to live with this, with the consequences. They don't have to live with the consequences of the choices that you didn't make. You understand what I mean? And one of the ways that you can start to let go of that overwhelming, or those overwhelming voices in your head, telling you to not do this, telling you to do this, is to forge a strong identity. And what does that mean? That means that you sit with yourself and you start to ask yourself difficult questions. Who am I? What am I living for? What do I enjoy? What do I envision for myself? And once you start to, are you okay, boy? Once you start to answer those questions, then you will figure out what it is that you're living for. Then you'll know what it is that represents you. What is your identity? Forge a strong identity, and also developing a value system that you live by, that you live for, is going to help you in the long run. So let go of what people think. Let go of what the status quo is saying that you must live in a certain way. Number 3, start doing scary things, guys. Getting out of your comfort zone. Yes, getting out of your comfort zone can be terrifying, but it is rewarding. And how do you find things that, are going to interest you, things that are going to lead you to living a life of purpose? And that is to start getting out, trying new things, exploring, traveling. So I encourage you to start doing scary things, start doing those things that you've always wanted to do, and something will catch, something will interest you. Number 4, start checking in with yourself. Guys, living a life that is not in line with your purpose can develop into high functioning depression. It's a real thing, I know, trust me. And starting to check in with yourself is very important. If you want to live a life of purpose, starting to notice how certain things make you feel, how certain people make you feel, and then start taking intentional actions from there. Notice how you can be in a toxic work environment and sometimes you don't do anything about it. And you just accept it. You just accept the stress, you just accept the depression, and that is no way to live. So when you start checking in with yourself and start noticing how certain things make you feel, then taking actions from there can help you in the long run. And you do it your way. You do it, you know what it would mean to start checking in with yourself. You would know what steps you need to take. As I mentioned, that you're in a toxic working environment, but you're not doing anything about it. Why don't you start actively seeking for other employment or a transfer or something? And that is just one of the examples. There are many other examples on what you can do once you start checking in with yourself and knowing, because you know you better than you. Number 5, and lastly, guys, get outside. There are tons of benefits to spending time outdoors. Getting in touch with nature can boost your creativity, can reduce your stress. They can boost your immune system. Just taking a hike, going somewhere with a couple of friends, taking a trip, or just simply just going home, for a couple of days, can do you a lot of good. So guys, those are the 5 steps to how to start to live with your how to start to live with purpose. Shifting your life in a more purposeful direction just doesn't happen in a bang, guys. That you need to know. It just doesn't happen in a go. It takes small incremental steps. It takes small little steps that you need to start taking today. You know what you need to do to start changing your life. You know what steps you need to take. I'm just giving you these little, this little advice, but you know what you need to do. Deep inside your heart, So be brave. Be brave. And let me know what you think. Let me know what stood out for you. Let me know what you can add. Let me know in the comments what you think about the video, and let's start engaging. Let's start, talking more, and I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I encourage you to start living with purpose. I encourage you guys to find it in your heart to take that step, you won't regret it.